द बिजनेस बाय अ पर्सन कि कैपिटल वो पूंजी होती है जो बिजनेसमैन अपने बिजनेस को स्टार्ट करते समय अपने बिजनेस पे लगाता है, उसे कैपिटल कहते हैं। डेटर्स that is the person who owns amount of the business. Cater is the person who amount are owned by the businessman. Debit, the receiving accept what transaction is called a debit or credit. The giving the accept of a transaction is called credit. Drawings are the amount of withdrawal taken by the business from business, the personal in private and domestic purpose. Drawing may be made to cash and goods on asset of business. Receipt. It is a call. It is a called a document issued by the receiver of a cash to the giver of the cash. Acknowledge a cash receipt voucher. Receipt कहता है। Account is a summarizing recording of the transaction related person, everything of property and every type of service. Ledger, the books of final entry with accounts lie. Journal entry, a daily record of the transaction trial balance. It is a statement of the ledger accounts balance prepared at the end of particular period to verify the occurrence of the goods or the entries made of made in books of accounts. Profit of the credit side and debit side. Access of the credit and debit. Credit side over and debit side. Profit and loss account. They prepared to mention accurately profit or loss the business. Balance sheet, the core financial position the business, a statement of asset and liability. इसमें हमारे asset and liabilities दिखते हैं. Current rate is a convert into cash with flex bills receiver. Tax expenses, they are expenses who are directly related to manufacturing of goods, like example wages factory and heating lighting etc. Indirect expense, those are the expenses who directly relate to manufacturing of goods. Example salary, rent, advertisement, printing. Depreciation, decrease value of the asset. It is a reduce in the value of asset due to its use over the period of time. Sundry debtors, the person who is the receive or customer. वो पर्सन जो रिसीव है वो और कस्टमर उसे सन्ड्री डेटर्स कहते हैं. सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स इसका उल्टा होगा. वो पर्सन गिव और सप्लाई जो जो ले और सन्ड्री डेटर्स अकाउंट्स. The total amount of money is the accounts at a given time. Account payable money owned by the business, which is a credit for goods and service. Accounts receivable money owed to a business by its customer from goods or service provided. Accrual basis accounting. Accrual basis, a method of the accounting that record transaction that when they are include not when cash changes hands. Amortization, the gradual reduction of an intangible asset value of time asset. Anything of a value owned by business such as a cash intangible property. Audit, a statement, the systematic examination of company financial records and process. Balance sheet, a financial statement that show a company asset liability and at a specific point in time. Business bank reconciliation, the process of matching a company records Van Gogh. It's a book bank ensure the accuracy bookkeeping, the process of recording financial transactions, capital expenditure, money spent on accounting informing long term cash flow statement or financial statement would then involve business. COGS cost of goods sold directly cost product and service CAD and CAD increase liability accounts and decrease asset account. Debit and decrease asset account and decrease liability account. Services allow allocated the cost of a tangible asset over यूजफुल लाइफ डेप्रिसिएशन हो गया जो हम परचेज करते हैं कोई मशीन भी परचेज की उसकी उस पर डैप लगता है हर साल जो पुरानी हो रही है उस पर स्टेट लाइन मेथड एक वैल्यू मैटर होता है डबल एंट्री अकाउंटिंग जिसे डबल एंट्री बुक कीपिंग भी कहते हैं a statement with the transaction has an equivalent opposite effect on two or more accounts. Equity. The ownership interest is often the respective shareholder equity. Expenses the cost incurred to generate revenue. Business. Financial statement. Report the summarizing company financial activities including the income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement. Fixed asset, a long-term asset such as a machinery and property used in business. General ledger, a master accounting reporter containing all the accounts used by the company. Income statement, a financial statement that shows the company revenue, expense, and profit and loss over a specific period. Internal control, policies and procedures, implication and safeguard a company asset and ensure the accuracy of financial reporting. General entry, the record of financial transaction before it is posting of the general ledger. Liability, debit obligation owned by business to extended parties. Liquidity, liquidation, the process of selling of company asset and pay its debt. Long-term liability, पैटर्न ऑब्लिगेशन देना ड्यू नॉट विद इन द करंट ईयर तो एक साल से ज़्यादा के जो डेटर्स होते हैं जो हम पे नहीं करते उनके पैसे तो लॉन्ग टर्म लायबिलिटी में आ जाता है. नेट इनकम, द प्रॉफिट अर्न बाय द कंपनी आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग ऑल द एक्सपेंसेस एंड टैक्सेस नेट इनकम में आ जाएगा. ऑपरेटिंग इनकम, अ कंपनी प्रॉफिट फ्रॉम इट्स अ कोर बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज. ऑपरेटिंग इनकम, overhead, indirect costs not directly tied to proceed of a goods and service. Payroll, it's the list of employees, they are the wages and salary. Profit and loss statement, another term for the income statement. Revenue, the income earned from sales of goods or service. Trial balance, a list of all accounts balance to check the error before preparing financial statement. Actual expenses and expenses during included by the paid rate. Asset turnover ratio, a measurement of the effectively the company used asset in generating revenue. Bad debts, an amount unlikely to be collecting from a customer and within of the and of as a loss. Budget, a plan of a financial planning to outline expenses, income and expenses. Cash accounting, a matter of accounting the reported transaction when cash is received or paid. Chart of account, a list of all the accounts used by a business. Cost accounting, a branch of accounting focused on tracking and controlling the cost of production, cost, goods and service. Cash memo, product, a document issued to reduce or cancel an invoice. Debit memo, a document issued to increase the amount of invoice के अमाउंट को बढ़ाने के लिए या कुछ हम और ऐड कर रहे हैं तब डेबिट मेमो दिया जाता है. डिविडेंड, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन profit on shareholder से dividend कहते हैं. FIFO first in first out and inventive valuation the where the oldest items are the पहले first sold. जो पुराने आइटम्स होंगे उसको पहले बेचेंगे. गैप generally accepting accounting principle, a set of accounting standard or principle used by the United States. Gross profit, the profit earned from sales after deducting a goods and service. Income tax, a tax on company profit. Intangible asset are non-physically asset with value of patent and trademark. Inventory, goods held be sold by normally course of business. General, the books in electronic record, where a financial transaction entirely record. Leaf of last in last out. And inventory valuation, the where or recent item is sold in first. Marketable security investment that way can be easily converted in cash. Net asset, total asset minus to total liability. Operating expense, cost associated the company day by day operating. Partnership, a business structure where two or more individual shareholders are responsible. Ts. Prepaid expense and expenses paid to advance and recorded as a as an asset in related to the retained earning. Profit as a generated by business rather than distributor shareholder. Statement of cash flow. A financial statement showing the generating use specific period. Tax deduction and expenses that reduce the taxable income. Unearned revenue. Money received advance from goods and services provided in future. Amortized expenses. The positioning intangible asset cost and expenses period. A detailed record of all transactions enabled to traceability and accountability.